Early in my career, I worked at a small restaurant in the Vasari Passage. One day, entirely out of the blue, Lady Furina decided to dine at our restaurant after a performance. As I was scrambling around the back, a customer asked to meet the head chef. So I rushed out to their table, knife still in hand, and completely froze. Because there I was, standing face to face with Lady Furina of all people. I knew I had to make something special, and it was like my instincts took over. I came up with a lily sugar-glazed opera cake, and Lady Furina actually liked it and said she would remember me. I barely slept a wink that night, and the very next day, there was a position waiting for me at the Palais Marmonia. After that, Lady Furina gave me the title of Patissiere Supreme and said, when it comes to confections, I was worth a whole army of patissiers. That gave me a lot to live up to. So I shut myself away to hone my craft. And, well, it seems like I missed a lot of important events in the meantime. Lady Furina doesn't even live in the Palais Marmonia anymore. Oh, I don't really understand what happened. But I do know this. Lady Furina will always be the most important benefactor of my life. She only has to say the word, and I would go work as her personal chef in an instant. No compensation necessary. My parents took me to the Hotel de Boer for the first time on my 5th birthday. I remember I found this hat on the ground. It was beautiful and carried the intense, warm aroma of roses. Following that scent, I was able to find the owner, and, well, that scent is Navia to a T. So warm and sweet, and after all these years, not a thing has changed. I invite her over for afternoon tea whenever I have the chance. Every second we spend together is pure delight. Except for the fact that she's still the sweeter the dessert, the better kind of person. But, oh well, you have to pick your battles. And anyway, taste is personal, I guess. As a professional reporter with impeccable writing skills, Charlotte has a lot of clout in the culinary world. Her flavor descriptions are so detailed and her photography skills are unmatched. She can whip up a food editorial in the blink of an eye. If I have a new dish that I want to advertise, inviting Charlotte to try it out is never a bad idea. The head nurse, huh? Well, she's a lovely person, and of course, it's just, her sense of taste is, in a word, unique, which I completely understand and respect. I've tried my best to explore flavor through her perspective, but my biggest takeaway was that she could star in an assassin film. Seriously, try her milkshake sometime. Absolutely deadly. His Grace is polite and steadfast, a true old-school gentleman at heart. Still, eating the food at the coupon cafeteria? Now, that was a cruel and unusual punishment indeed. You might not know this, but Lynette is actually a member of our dessert tea party. She and her brother were frequent performers at Hotel de Boer, so we saw each other quite a bit. In the beginning, she seemed distant and cold, but once I worked up the courage to invite her to the tea party, I realized that her emotions are as rich and varied as a plate of rainbow macarons. When she likes a particular dessert, her ears flutter back and forth. And if she doesn't like it, her tail droops down. Wait, don't tell me my tail does that too. Did you know that food-inspired scent formulation is a popular field in perfumery? Miss Emily has helped me learn a lot about extracting fragrances and aromas. I feel like I have a whole new appreciation for the dynamic between smell and taste. I hope I can use it to my advantage one day and use fragrance to unlock a whole new sensory experience. As for Miss Emily, it's just really nice to have someone who appreciates the scientific approach. Oh, Veressa. The fruit from her orchid is amazing. Biting into one is like being transported to a lazy summer's day. She could charge me an extra 20% and it would still be worth it. So I always treat her to a meal after every purchase. Her appetite is astonishing. It may look like she scarfs it all down in one bite, but if you actually talk to her about the food, It's obvious she appreciates the subtle details. In other words, she has the appetite and palate to back it up. I love serving food to people like that. There is a saying in Liyue, beyond every mountain lies a higher mountain. But when it comes to Xiangling and me, it feels more like I was holed up in a cave and she dragged me into a new world. She uses techniques I've never heard of and chooses ingredients I could never anticipate. Her dishes seem to redefine what I thought was possible. You can't even analyze them within the framework of classical Fontanian cooking. Meeting her has convinced me that staying cooped up in my kitchen isn't the answer. I need to go out and explore what other nations have to offer. I've only ever seen her from a distance, and one time at that. But I will never forget it. For a while, I cooked as if she was gonna taste every dish. I mean, imagine the consequences of disappointing someone like that. Talk about motivation. It was a great scare tactic for my apprentices as well. All it took was a, "You think you can serve this to Miss ARLECCHINO and live to tell the tale?" It's weird though, Navia seems to think she's not as terrifying as she looks. But I don't know.